When it comes to comfort and Tuttle, local matters.
And nobody keeps our hometown in the game like Coke's Mechanical Heat and Air.
Owned and operated right here in Tuttle by Bo Kokenauer and his family, Koch's Mechanical is your MVP for heating and cooling.
Bo knows Oklahoma weather changes faster than a fourth quarter comeback.
And he'll keep you comfortable year-round, no matter the score.
Proud to be the official Heat and Air sponsor of Tiger TV.
Koch's Mechanical Heat and Air,
where local matters and your comfort wins.
There's a few things we live by in Oklahoma: honesty, integrity, and hard work. At Triton Foundation Repair, if you don't need foundation repair work, we will be the company that tells you, because when you do need it, we want to be the company that doesn't. Honesty, integrity, and hard work. Triton Foundation Repair.
Shelter Insurance, Joy speaking.
It's Aubrey. I need to file a claim.
How can I help?
When I got home from school today, I found the house completely in shambles. All the windows are broken, the roof is ripped off, and the kitchen is destroyed.
Put your brother on the phone.
Mitchell, Mom's on the phone.
When the unexpected strikes, see shelter agent Rhonda Littleton in Oklahoma City.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
At Core Orthodontics in Newcastle, we believe every smile has a story. That's why our board-certified orthodontist offers the latest in Lightforce custom braces and is recognized as a top Invisalign provider nationwide. We love helping kids as young as 6 start their journey to achieve their best smile, and we make it easy for families with free initial consultations, all insurances accepted, and no interest payment plans. Your best smile starts here. Core Orthodontics in Newcastle and Ada.
Williams Foods, more than just a grocery store. Williams Foods has been serving communities since 1971. That is 45 years strong and counting. We are successful because we offer great service, great prices, fresh produce, and the best meat money can buy. Williams Foods is not just in your communities, we are a part of your community. We donate 1% back to any nonprofit organization, and we donate up to 6 cents per labels to anyone fundraising. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it.
All right, folks, welcome to Tiger TV. We've got a special production today. It is a championship show. There's some hardware here with us today, and I've got some players from the 2025 state championship team with us here. We're going to talk a little bit about the season, talk a little bit about that last game, and what it was like bringing back another title to Tuttle here in the 2025 season. So here with me to start the show, I've got on the end down there, Brody Fisher. And in the middle is Tucker Howell. And then here next to me is Josh Berger, 3 of the seniors from this year's team that had a great season, closed it out well. So we're going to talk a little football. First thing I want to talk about some team stats. I want to go over these just to kind of set the tone for you guys and remind you of how this year went. So team stats this year, you can look for our opponents only gave up 95 points all year, only gave up 2,752 yards. 74.7 yards passing per game, 52.4% completion percentage. So 1 out of every 2 of their passes fell incomplete, which is pretty good. Only gave up 3 passing touchdowns, gave up 99.7 yards rushing per game, so less than 100 yards per game, 11 rushing touchdowns, and they only got 4 turnovers. That's our number. We had 30 turnovers. So for Tuttle, a little bit different stats, a little bigger numbers over there, which is what we like to see. 729 points scored, averaged over 50 points per game, 5,802 total yards, 229.7 passing yards per game, completed over 70% of the passes this year, 44 passing touchdowns, 184.7 yards rushing per game. 2,586 total rushing yards, 46 rushing touchdowns, and then again, only 4 turnovers for the Tigers this year. So that's what we love to see. We love to see that lopsided stats column there. So guys, when you hear that, you look at that, you see the gold ball sitting there next to you. Brody, I'm gonna come to you first. What was it like only giving up 95 points? What was kind of the mentality of that defensive unit this year to be that stingy with points and yards?
I mean, yeah, we didn't want to give up a lot, you know. Like every game we went in with the mindset that we were going to shut you out.
Yeah, and you did that quite a bit, shut them down quite a bit. Those numbers are really, really good. As a unit, flying to the ball, tackling well. Talk about the turnovers and the defense scoring. What was that about out there?
I mean, I just feel like everyone on the defense kind of has a nose for the ball, and any one of our guys can go out there and cause the turnover.
Awesome, and they did that. They did that quite a bit. Tucker, for you, man, senior this year. Everybody's a senior, but senior this year. Your journey's been a little different. Didn't kind of go the traditional route. Had some injuries and things that derailed you, but you were back out there. Talk about this group of guys. It takes a special group to win a championship. So talk a little bit about this group of guys and what makes this group special.
All right, so for this group, I mean, all the leaders and all the like upperclassmen, they're the ones that are like doing the hardest work, and that's the biggest difference I've seen from last year and the years before. I mean, the guys that are leading the team are willing to put in the work and be an example.
Yeah, absolutely. We get the privilege at Tiger TV to be around the program a little bit, and it seemed like this group was very workmanlike. It didn't really matter who y'all were playing or what the opponent was.
Yeah.
It was business as usual. Was that kind of the mindset throughout the group? Just, hey, we're here to work and here to get things done.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple days where we'd start slow, but then the coaches would get on us, and then it's like right back in the rhythm, and we're good to go. So yeah.
Awesome. Josh, same thing for you, man. This group pretty special. You got out there, made some plays this year and got some time out there. Talk a little bit about what it was like at practice with this group. Seemed like a really good group, and it seems like practice could probably get a little intense sometimes. Talk to us about a little bit what practice was like.
We always came disciplined and ready to work hard, no matter what day it was or what it was like outside.
Gotcha. Anybody ever get a little intense out there between groups sometimes? Do you ever go 1v1s or anything like that?
We did a couple times in the spring.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Very cool. Well, guys, thinking back on the season, it was an awesome season. Started with Guthrie and Newcastle, then worked the way through districts, then in the playoffs. You had that Broken Bow game against a really, really good player, and then the state championship against Elgin. As you look back over the season, and we'll just kind of work our way from this end, from Josh to Brody. When you look back on the season, what is a moment or a couple of moments or plays that really stand out as some of your favorite plays this year?
Of course, that last touchdown in the state championship that pretty much sealed it off for us.
Yeah, very exciting. Tucker, how about you?
Some of my favorite moments are like just after the wins, just being in the locker room with the guys and just seeing everyone just super hyped about it and just being brothers, you know, it's fun.
Brody, how about you?
I'd have to say probably the game-sealing touchdown the Wig caught in the state championship. I mean, pretty nerve-wracking, but also really exciting.
Yeah, that one was electric. How loud was it when that happened for you guys?
I think I was yelling, but I couldn't hear myself yell.
Yeah.
Like I knew I was trying to say something, but I couldn't really hear because of the crowd.
Yeah. It was deafening for sure.
Awesome. What a cool environment. A really great season. And, you cap it off your senior year. Everybody's goal is to win the last one. And you guys as seniors, you won your last football game. How does it feel to go out knowing that, hey, you won the last one?
It was pretty good. I can't do no better.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you want? I mean, I still smile like every morning I wake up. I just, it's great.
Yeah, I feel like we left it all out there. Like I don't have any regrets. I don't think anyone on the team has any regrets because we accomplished what we set out to do.
Awesome. Well, it was exciting to watch. Thank you for joining us. We're going to have another group of players here in just a moment. But for now, Brody Fisher, Tucker Howell, Josh Berger, thanks for joining us on the championship show here on Tiger TV. And we'll get to our next group of players here in just a minute.
Contemporary Family Dentistry Newcastle has been serving the Tri-City community since 2008 and is excited to announce the opening of our second location in Blanchard. Don't have dental insurance? That's not a problem at Contemporary Family Dentistry. We have a $250 annual membership that covers cleanings and exams, eliminating the feeling that you can't go to the dentist. For more information, visit our website at www.cfdok.com.
The First National Bank and Trust Company presents to you the Tuttle Team Spirit Card. We proudly serve more than 20 area schools and have donated more than $82,000 in 2023. So, what are you waiting for? Support your Tuttle Tigers and make every transaction count. Come by the bank to get your Team Spirit Card today at no cost to you. The First National Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
When it comes to keeping Tuttle comfortable, local matters.
That's why families trust Koch's Mechanical Heat and Air, your hometown heating and cooling expert.
Owned and operated right here in Tuttle by Bo Kokenauer and his family, Koch's Mechanical knows what our Oklahoma weather can dish out.
And they're here to keep your home just right all year long.
They're not just serving the community, they're part of it.
Koch's Mechanical is proud to be the official heat and air sponsor of Tiger TV.
Koch's Mechanical Heat and Air, where local matters and your comfort comes first.
As a mama, you're constantly pulled in every direction. HotWorks is where you get to hit pause. Sweat out the stress as you recenter in just 30 minutes. You deserve this.
Williams Foods, more than a grocery store. At Williams Foods, we pride ourselves on our meat, and we have the best, the freshest, the most tender meat money can buy. There is no better meat in the world. Williams Foods cuts it fresh every day, just the way you like it. Don't be fooled by big box stores that don't cut their meat on site. We do meat right and better than anyone. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it. Williams Foods, your fresh meat, fresh produce, and much more store since 1971.
At Core Orthodontics in Newcastle, we believe every smile has a story. That's why our board-certified orthodontist offers the latest in Lightforce custom braces and is recognized as a top Invisalign provider nationwide. We love helping kids as young as 6 start their journey to achieve their best smile, and we make it easy for families with free initial consultations, all insurances accepted, and no interest payment plans. Your best smile starts here. Core Orthodontics in Newcastle and Ada.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them.
Hey, Ben.
Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most.
In Oklahoma City, see Shelter Agent Rhonda Littleton for a free insurance review.
Here he is. All right, welcome back to Tiger TV. We are here on the special championship show. I've got some new faces up here with me. I'll introduce them. Down on the far end is Eli Clark. Next to him is Jet McCoy. Then Tyson Kennedy here. And next to me is Cruz Campbell. So a little bit more offensive-minded potentially for this group. But another championship group of seniors here this year. So, guys, you know, we talked about it a little. You heard me talk about it. That just an amazing year, fantastic, 14-0. You won them all in pretty dominant fashion most of the year, which was really, really fun for us. On Tiger TV, Breck and I had to sometimes come up with a little bit of stuff to talk about, but we did pretty good there. But Eli, going to you, man, you were the only senior on that offensive line. Talk a little bit about that group. And just the mentality that group had. You unleashed your quarterback for over 3,000 yards, ran the ball for over 2,000 yards as a unit this year. So talk about that group and what it was like to be the only senior on that group.
I mean, it was a really good group. We had a bunch of young guys who are going to grow up and be really good. I mean, they're really good this year, but I mean, our whole right side of the line was sophomores, and then we had a junior center, junior left guards. But I mean, really young, but really, really talented. I think it was a great group we had.
Yeah, it was a really good group. When you were walking back to the huddle, did you ever look over at that right side and think, man, those boys are big?
Yeah, I did. Like 600 pounds, 700 pounds on that side of the line. It was great.
A little bit of beef over there, but y'all were fun to watch. You were really aggressive, really physical down there in the trenches. I know Cruz appreciates you keeping those guys off of him for sure. So, Jet, you played both sides of the ball, got a little action on offense and defense. We're looking at some stats earlier: 9 catches, 160 yards. Cruz was dealing though; he was throwing the ball to everybody. So there wasn't anybody that just had an overwhelming amount of catches and stuff. Talk about it from the defensive side first. You're playing safety back there. What was it like with kind of a bird's eye view for that defensive group that was pretty physical and pretty stingy out there?
I mean, like half the time the DBs didn't have to do anything because linebackers and DNs get off the ball immediately. So we just got to rest a lot back there. But we also got a lot of chances to make plays because they would put the QB under a lot of pressure and stuff. So you just throw bad balls and we'd be there.
Yeah, you had a couple interceptions this year, which was really, really fun to watch. Then on the offensive side of the ball, you know, with the way the offense worked, sometimes it was Sean Rounsville that was getting the heavy workload. Sometimes the ball was in Cruz's hands. When you're out there with Cruz as a quarterback, you just got to be ready at all times for when the ball might come to you. What's it like working in that offensive scheme?
Well, I mean, no one really cares who gets the ball, because Cruz shares the love and stuff, and he knows everyone can make plays. So you just gotta be ready whenever. I mean, he'll throw it to anybody.
Gotcha. As long as you get open,
Yeah.
that's the key right there. Tyson, man, you had 2 weeks on, and then took a little hiatus there, and then came back at the end. Did you have some like extra time off that you accrued, so you just took a break, or no? Just kidding. Had the injury there, but the first 2 weeks you came out of the gates just on fire on both sides of the ball. Had over 200 yards receiving. Did you play any offense at the end of the year?
No, sorry.
No, just defense. That's what I thought. And then through week 2, you were the leading tackler out there. So talk a little bit about what it was like those first couple of weeks and coming out with that start, and then the mentality of fighting through to get back on the field.
I mean, the first 2 weeks, it was crazy. I didn't expect to come out like that. I mean, it was all because of my teammates. I mean, they just trusted me to put the ball in my hands, and they trusted me to make the tackle. I mean, it's the coaches putting me in there. It's everyone. It's just everyone putting the work in. I mean, it just happened to be me the first 2 games. I mean, like Jet said, Cruz spreads the ball around well, so you just got to be ready.
Awesome. And then fight your way back, come back in the playoffs. That playoff run was pretty awesome. Talk about that last game, how you felt and how things were out there against a pretty tough Elgin offense.
I mean, things are definitely a little bit more challenging for me, but it's just all the time I put in the off season and all the work, it just all paid off in the end. I mean, it was awesome going out there, and it was a struggle at times. I mean, I definitely got put on my butt a couple times, but that's okay. We got back up and we got back after it because that's what they taught us. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, we'll look at some offensive stats this year. We're going to Cruz Campbell, our quarterback, here in just a moment. But Cruz, the stat line officially 176 out of 246, 71.6 completion percentage, 3,181 yards, 42 touchdowns, 1 interception. Your long pass was 89 yards. Then you look down there at the rushing, Sean Rounsville and Carter Van Auken. Sean had 211 carries, 1,633 yards, averaged 7.7 yards per carry and 31 touchdowns. And then you've got that long list of receivers. I think we had to make the font a little smaller and fit all the receivers on there. But Jalen, Jordan, Donnie, Tyson, Major Vanderberg, Jet, Wick down there. So, coming into the year, had a really good run last year, didn't quite get it done, had that unchecked box, if you will, in the goal category. Talk about coming into this year, kind of the mindset, the mentality, the focus for this year that really just kind of exploded and had a great year.
Yeah, I think this group really wanted revenge, and they worked their tails off this offseason, and I think we worked 10 times harder this offseason. It was probably one of the best off seasons Tuttle has had, and it was a great offseason for the senior group and this whole team.
Yeah, awesome. And that work really showed up. Like we said, you come out first couple weeks of the season, big wins over Guthrie and Newcastle, and that momentum just carried through. The offense averaged over 50 points a game. And then the first 2 weeks of the playoffs, I want to talk about those two games because that was kind of the first time this year that you got sort of, I'll call it unleashed. 11 touchdowns in those two games, over 700 yards passing. Talk about those first 2 weeks of the playoff and just kind of the mentality you kind of got into.
Yeah, I think I mean I was really locked in those 2 weeks. I wouldn't have been able to do it without, Eli and those guys up front, without Sonny, running the ball, creating space for the receivers to make plays. I don't know. I think this group was just really locked in going into the playoffs. I mean, we wanted that get back.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got a chance at it, and what a game it was. Eli, I'm going to go back down to you. You get the ball back with about 4 minutes left in the game. You got 80 yards to go. What's the line's mindset there with that challenge ahead of you?
I mean, we just know we're gonna want to go out there and run the ball, and when you run the ball, you got to get a push up front. And so we knew that we had to get to backers and make our blocks and do our job for our skill guys behind us to do their job. So I mean, we tried to go out there with that mindset that we had to push them back further than they could push us.
Awesome, awesome. Jet and Tyson, I talked to those guys in the last segment about how loud it was on that last play. For you guys, what was it like when that last play hit and Wick brought that thing in?
I mean, me and TK are on the far side of the sideline, just stressing out and stuff. But like, it never crossed my mind that we wouldn't score. Like, I was just waiting to go out on defense to get the last stop. So I was confident.
Yeah, like he said, I mean, I never lost faith in my offense. I mean, I knew that they were going to go out there and get it done. And I mean, when it happened, I think I fell into shock and I couldn't hear anything. So I don't really remember how loud it was, if I'm honest with you.
Nice, nice. Now, Cruz, talk us through. Let's talk about that last play a little bit. So there's a timeout right before it. You go over there, kind of draw it up in the huddle over there. When you drop back, set your feet, and you look up, did you expect to see Wick over there wide open?
Not really, no. I'll be honest. I mean, I saw them come out in a cover three look. Jalen had his post route on the outside, and Wick beat that guy on his wheel route, and I just threw it up to him, hoping he'd make a play, and he came down with the ball.
Yeah, came down with the ball. It was electric. It was a great throw. Just by the way, put it right where it needed to be. Into the wind. That don't matter. Spin it tight and it'll go where it needs to
Yes,
go. Do you remember did you have a good view? Did you see Wick catch it and see it clearly, or were you?
Yeah, I did see it. I
Okay.
mean, there's a picture of him catching the back of the ball, and his 2 feet come down, so he made a great play.
Awesome, awesome. Well, that was just electric. Then there's 42 seconds left. The defense got to go out there, get a stop. Diego does a good job pinning him deep again, like he's done all year, and then the rest is history,
Yep.
as they say there. And that's why the gold ball's sitting down at the end of the table down there. So for you guys, and we'll start down at Eli and work our way this way. For as you look back on this year, what was kind of a favorite moment or memory that you're going to look back on?
Probably just going out there every week and working with my buddies, going out there, getting better, preparing for that last game. But I mean, just being with my boys.
Jet?
I'd probably have to say the week up to Broken Bow. I mean, everyone was telling us how good they were and how good their offense was. We beat them by 21 points, so shut a lot of people up.
I would definitely say mine's definitely Pitt State. It was just a big bonding moment for me. I met a lot of teammates there. Really got me going with my teammates, so I really liked Pitt State.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm about to piggyback on Eli. Just playing with this group of guys my senior year, I don't think I would change any of these guys for the world. I mean, this group's amazing.
Yep, and they'll forever be in history as the 2025 Class 4A state champions, and brought another gold ball to Tuttle, the fourth one here in Titletown, and we're excited to have it, and we were excited to watch the whole year. Ecstatic about the way that it ended, and excited for you guys to get to experience that. It was really, really cool. So Eli Clark, Jet McCoy, Tyson Kennedy, and Cruz Campbell here joining us on the championship show here on Tiger TV. We'll be back with our coaches here in just a moment to continue our championship show here on Tiger TV.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
There's a few things we live by in Oklahoma: honesty, integrity, and hard work. At Triton Foundation Repair, if you don't need foundation repair work, we will be the company that tells you, because when you do need it, we want to be the company that doesn't. Honesty, integrity, and hard work. Triton Foundation Repair.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
At Tactical Pest Solutions, we prevent pests from taking over. Our defense will give you peace of mind, keeping your home or business safe from pesky bugs or creepy crawlers. Our tactical approach proactively treats your spaces before high-traffic pest season. Make an appointment today, even if you haven't seen indications of bugs or pests, so we can play defense for your home team. Give us a call and let's keep your home or business free of what's bugging you. Tactical Pest Solutions. We can beat the bugs to the punch.
Life is complex enough. With decades of experience, Cornerstone Insurance Group makes insurance simple. We can help with coverage for your home, farm, or ranch, coverage for all the drivers, cars, and equipment in and around your house, coverage for your business, large or small, life insurance to give you peace of mind. Call or stop by today, and one of our experienced, licensed agents will shop dozens of insurance companies for you, saving you time and money. Call our office or visit us online at oklahomainsured.com.
At Core Orthodontics in Newcastle, we believe every smile has a story. That's why our board-certified orthodontist offers the latest in Light Force custom braces and is recognized as a top Invisalign provider nationwide. We love helping kids as young as 6 start their journey to achieve their best smile, and we make it easy for families with free initial consultations, all insurances accepted, and no interest payment plans. Your best smile starts here. Core Orthodontics in Newcastle and Ada.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our NAPA certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
All right, welcome back to Tiger TV here on our special championship show. After the season, the gold ball is here. The Tigers are the 2025 Class 4A state champions. 4th title in state history, and I've got our coaches up here with us now. On the far end is Matt Brand, co-offensive coordinator. Next to him is Greg Wallace. Wallace, what do you coach?
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. You coach the big boys, right? Nice. And then next to him is Mark Lemming, defensive coordinator. And next to me is Barrett Shoup, co-offensive coordinator. Thanks for joining us on this championship show, guys. We'll talk a little bit about the season and how things went. We'll start with Matt down there. Offense was pretty electric this year, averaged over 50 points a game. Hopefully that was on your performance review, and Coach Ballard appreciated that. But talk about that offensive group and just how electric they were.
Man, honestly, it starts with the big boys up front. They had a great year. Gave up very few sacks. They were very efficient in the run game. We were talking before we came back on the air. We had one varsity turnover on the season, which is pretty impressive for the entire year. Man, just the attention to detail by our quarterback, taking care of the football, running back securing it, just very impressive.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch and really fun to call this year. Yeah, we were talking during the break about turnovers, and it's pretty awesome when you can look back over a season, especially when you played 14 games and you can count your turnovers on one hand. And like you said, only one of them was credited to the varsity unit. Coach Wallace, you get a chance to coach some of those big boys. Now, do you coach fullbacks and tight ends as well?
Fullbacks, tight
So,
ends.
so the Wick Komisher catch we can attribute to your tutelage
My
and
athletic
training.
ability. A Jedi mind trick that one.
Yeah, Jedi mind trick that one. Talk about that was a really good group though. Those fullback, you had Will Garrett, you had Whit Komisher, some of those. That was a really good group. Talk about those guys and just their performance throughout the year.
I mean, they had a good year. They kind of bought into what we're going to do, knew what their job was, what their role was. They're total Tigers through and through, and we have football players. That's our main objective is to make football players, and they were definitely those.
Yeah, they're pretty good football players for sure. Coach Lemming, Mart, that defense of yours was awful stingy with the points. 95 points total given up over the course of the year, and I think 48 of that came in the last 2 weeks. So teams averaged less than a touchdown and an extra point per game, which is usually a pretty good recipe for the defensive side of the ball. Talk about that unit and just kind of what you were able to do with that group out there.
Very talented group of kids that played on Friday nights and some Saturday nights, because you can't do that without talented kids. I mean, we had our back end guys were very athletic and talented. We had multiple kids that were able to come in and play back there. You know, TK getting hurt early in the season, and obviously when he started those first 2 games was outstanding. And to have our guys come in and replace him, I think Major Vandenberg was one of those guys. Donnie Sluter came in at different times. Jet McCoy played multiple positions in the back end. Our linebacking core was rock solid throughout the season. Really helped us when Will Garrett came back to give us more depth, and then move some people around. And then, much like Coach Brand said, offensively, defense, same way. It's really it starts up front. And we had a 5-man rotation out of that 3-man front that we play, and spearheaded by Noah Herring, was tremendous for us this year. Probably one of the most disruptive lines we've had with multiple players. I think we had 3 guys on the D line in the top 7 for tackles. And I know that's not what it's always about, but those dudes were playmakers. And so we had a lot of kids. Like I said, I mentioned some of those guys in the back end, and then multiple kids playing linebacker for us, with the outside linebackers with Turner and Sean, and Wick was able to go outside once Will Garrett came back, left him at inside backer. Slate Snyder played linebacker and D-line for us, really became disruptive for us in the D-line. And then Fisher, was there. I think he missed that first game just due to, eligibility, move in, whatever it was. But yeah, man, just a super talented group, and to throw out those kind of numbers, it's pretty amazing, really, when you reflect back on it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was a fun group. We'll look at some individual stats here in just a little bit. But Coach Shoup, offensive side as well, you and Coach Brand, with a group like that, you guys just kind of get to the whiteboard and dream up whatever you can and have as much fun as you want with a group like that?
Well, very blessed for great players, great staff. I would say craziest part of the whole thing is we just took what the defense gave us. And we had players willing to make the right play. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's kind of one of these deals. We were willing to get it right versus being right. So all the things we did was pretty much pre-snap. I think Coach Brand does a tremendous job once he's in the role, gets in the flow of a game. I think he's just a tremendous play caller. So it's pretty easy when you've got great players, though. And then up front, we did a great job. And then obviously I'm blessed to coach quarterbacks. So Cruz, less is more. There's you'd be amazed how many people overcoach a talent like that. And my job, I really felt from day one, was Let's get out of the way and let him play. And so easy to talk to during games. He always looking at film. It was just a tremendous group to be around. One of the best practicing groups I've ever been around. I enjoyed Coach Lemming always had a good plan, so I would take me and the scout took a lot of pride and stuff like that, trying to get the best look we could for our team. But something I'll never forget, and just blessed to be here. It's just humbling to be a part of a group of talented players and coaches like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Coach Brand and Coach Shoop, I'll let y'all kind of handle this one together. So go get to the state championship. You're going against Elgin, who's a pretty stingy defense. The weather's not ideal. It's cold. It's windy. How did that impact your game plan? And then Elgin, how did that affect things going into that game? And how'd the game go for you? You guys feel?
Well, like wind wise, practice the day before the game was blowing about the same as it would be on the night of the game. And I said, Cruz, what's off? When we're going against this wind, what's off limits? And he said, nothing. I said, okay, sounds good. That makes my job really easy. I'll just pretend it's not blowing and call the plays. I felt like we had a great game plan for them. We missed a couple deep balls that we normally hit, which is pretty cold, pretty windy, but I liked the way our kids executed. We blocked really well, took care of the ball. To me, weather was not too much of a factor.
No, not at all. I felt like, Elgin's just a tremendous opponent, so they do a great job. But I felt like we were pretty patient with the football. Obviously, like Coach Brand said, there's a couple of things we would like back. Everybody talks about what they want back. Well, we'd like to have some stuff back too. But we executed pretty well considering. I think it's easy to sit there and watch kids, but it's a state championship, so anxiety and emotions and being amped up. But I will say this: it was Thursday, and Cruz is warming up, and I'll never forget this. And then it's wild. He just grabbed my arm and he said, "Don't you worry, I'm not going to panic. I will not panic." And then so when we got the football back with 4 minutes, it rang true because he was super calm. And to me, that's how our offense was. Pretty calm. Thought Coach Brand did a good job on that last drive, taking our time. And, the rest is history. But I'll never forget that. Cruz told me, "Don't you worry, I will not panic regardless of what happens." And, 4 minutes left. Him and the offense went out and they didn't panic. They won a state. They won a state championship.
No,
so
absolutely. And you've got a quarterback like Cruz Campbell. We talk about him and give him all the roses because he deserves them. 42 touchdowns, 1 interception, which is incredible. But you also got a guy like Sean Roundsville back there who was an absolute workhorse, not only throughout the season, but in that championship game, 31 touchdowns on the year, really, really effective in that game. Talk a little bit about Sean Roundsville and just how nice it is to have him back there.
Absolutely. And we had talked all year, 2-minute drive situation, like we're going to run the ball because everybody's going to get in their shell coverage and worry about Cruz Campbell. And if you leave us even or less numbers, Sean's going to kill you. So we were excited about having that opportunity. We saw him roll the safety back. Actually, the face mask, we were able to see, hey, they're going to it now, 3 high. We're going to run it until we get down there, and then when the field gets short, they'll have to play defense on the run, and we'll throw the ball. So we were fortunate enough to have enough time to be able to run the ball down there. And Sean, he averaged almost 7 yards a carry on the season. Makes your job as a play caller pretty easy when you throw it for 14 yards of attempt and run it for 7. But all of that's a tribute to the big boys too. That's pretty special.
Big boy's incredible. Sonny, to me, what's amazing is first contact rarely brings him down, and then his ability to hold on to the football all the time and fall forward is incredible. So hats off to him. And then what Coach is saying on the 2-minute drive, it's wild. I'll never forget the Grove game. We knew they'd back off. Kids thought on situational day we were crazy. Like, we're going to do what? And 2 minutes left. In 2 plays, we go about 50 yards on his runs and then score right before half. And so his willingness to be a part, I think, is key, and take what the defense gives him. And but him and the lineman, just tremendous piece to the ultimate puzzle.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Coach Wallace, I would assume you've been accused of being a pretty intense guy at times. Sometimes. They talk about this group in practice. Talk about this group in practice, and I assume it got pretty intense with a group like this, as talented as they are on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, because they got a lot of reps. They knew what they were going to do with the ball when they got the ball. and so it made the practices that much more snappy. And the kids bought into it. Even the little kids, I mean, the younger kids bought into it, and it was fun to be around.
Yeah, that always makes for a fun group when they're willing to work hard and get after it in practice. I remember that. Coach Lemming, we can look at some of those defensive stats on the year. You talked about it, some of those big guys up front. When you look at tackles, Brody Fisher led the pack with 85, but right behind him you got Noah Herring at 84, Turner Lemming with 75, Slate Snyder 68. Then one of your cornerbacks, Jalen Lane, up there with 63. And then go down Wick, Hunter Hillicost, Gordon Lane, Will Garrett, Tyson Kennedy. Look at over on the turnover side, and you've got 8, 9, 10 names over there. Had 30 turnovers as a group. Turner had 2 fumbles. Jordan had 5 interceptions. Jet had 4 interceptions. Turner scored twice. Jordan scored twice. It was a pretty greedy defensive group and going for the ball. So yeah, you look at those numbers. What stands out to you as a defensive coordinator when you look at those things?
Well, I mean, you mentioned it, but so many different names on there. And then the difference in the tackle leaders from the next 5 guys down is there's not a lot there. I mean, those top 2, I think there was 1 tackle separating those.
Yep.
I don't know if Wick was in the top 7 or 8, and he missed 2 ball games or
Right.
whatever it was. Who obviously was a playmaker for us also, but um, you know, just reflecting back on it, typically your linebackers are guys that are running the show on making tackles, but our D line was so active that they were hard to come by.
Yeah.
And I thought our secondary, you mentioned 2 of our corners up there. And, I told our defensive guys, I said, you better count your blessings to have corners or DBs in general, just, that'll come tackle and with fierceness and force, to be reckoned with. And we had it all. I mean, we were blessed to have all of it. I said it at the beginning, you got to have talented kids to do. I mean, to have those kind of numbers, you got to be talented, from top to bottom. And it was there. The turnovers, I think we talked about it just a minute ago. I mean, 30 total turnovers is crazy to think about. We had 4 or 5 defensive scores. I mean, those are really good numbers, and it makes coaching those guys. I mean, these guys talk about offense for us to go into a game. Felt pretty confident we were going to outscore them. Like don't give up 2 or 3 touchdowns because they're going to score 35 or 40. It seemed like you didn't have to worry, but we were stingy. I mean, we take a lot of pride in not having any scores, and that was contagious with our kids. I mean, they took a lot of pride in it. Those shutouts meant something to them. And then, I think it paid dividends late in the season to play some teams that were close to equally as talented as we were, as dangerous as we were, and to have to be in tight ball games and believe and just it was awesome to be a part of it and experience it. Great group of kids. Great group of kids.
Yeah, no, a really fantastic group of kids, and you got to see that with the interviews we just got to do with them, which was fun for me. You look at that last drive that Elgin had in the game the other night. I think those 21 plays, 10 and a half minutes on that one. As you think back, you're thinking flashbacks of the year before when they kind of held the ball and we couldn't get it back with enough time. Just talk about the resiliency of this defensive unit just to kind of and they did it a lot. If they weren't taking the ball away, they were kind of at times bend but not break with that group, and just talk about that mindset of that group.
Yeah, I mean, the last drive, I have to be real honest with you, it was excruciatingly painful because I thought, we're gonna. They just kept methodically making a play. They get behind the sticks. They'd make a big play, and then to take that much time off the clock, and I really thought we might have let one slip away. And I knew our offense. We had 4 minutes left, and but it was a little nerve wracking being the DC and watching that happen. And I mean, kudos to Elgin. I mean, obviously a tremendous ball club. I mean, very well coached and tremendous players. And they made plays and put that drive together. And I really thought that it might have been, similar to last year, but thankfully our offense was able to pull that out. And then the defense go back out again, and with 40 something seconds left, I felt pretty good with no timeouts that without being able to run the ball, they, might have a hard time, driving the field. And obviously the special moment when the clock struck zero, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely. You're out there. Defense gets back out there with 42 seconds left. They've got a long field to go. They have a few positive plays there, and then that last one, they throw the ball up in the air. I'm sure you're locked in on that. You see it hit the turf, and then immediately look to see double zeros on that one. How was that feeling?
It was unbelievable. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it was relief. I remember we were talking, Coach Bell, of course, young guy and energetic. I mean, he's sprinting all over the field, and we were laughing. He's like, I don't even know where I was running, where I was running to. And I just raised my arms and just started looking around and was really honestly just relieved and thankful, and just tried to soak it all in, man. It was special.
Yeah. Yeah, Coach Shoop and Coach Brand kind of back to you guys to that last play on offense there. You got, I think at that time, 48 seconds left on the clock, a little bit of field left there. I will say the only issue I have with the play is that you ran it to their sideline and not our sideline, so our fans could have a better view of it over there. But, that's one of those live and learn moments. Talk a little bit about that play and design and how that worked out.
Well, you probably wouldn't believe it if we told you exactly how it all was drawn up in the dirt, but thankfully,
I asked Cruz in that last segment, did he expect to see Wick out there? And he said no, but I think for different reasons then.
Well, it's pretty
Nor did
special.
we. Go ahead, Coach.
Pretty miraculous how it all worked out, honestly. It was just our time. You got to get lucky to win a state championship. I've said that for a long time. Now everybody on our staff's been fortunate enough to win one, but we saw that their corner got a little banged up a couple plays earlier, and he was on our sideline, so we were going to throw it to our sideline, and then they switched him, so we called that timeout, and we said, how did we attack that kid? And we drew up a play to attack him, and Wick and Jalen ended up switching jobs on that play, and Wick ended up open, and Jalen didn't, and that's all she wrote. Cruz dropped her out where he needed to.
Yeah, and great protection on that.
Absolutely.
You talk about those big boys up front. When you go back and watch that replay, I mean, Cruz Campbell's really, really dangerous when he has time to get his feet set and step into a throw, and he had plenty of time to really step in and put that one on the money, and it was on the money. It was on the money.
Yeah. Great throw. Yeah. I'll be honest. We've had a lot of timeouts this season. I felt like we communicated really well when they broke the huddle. What Coach Brand, it's like, great concept. Going to take advantage of something. And we took advantage of it, but I thought, what is he doing? Touchdown Tigers. So,
right.
Yeah, just a great moment. And then, kind of like Coach said, when it did, like Coach Lemming said, I mean, there was just relief, because so many people that'll never get to even coach in that game. And selfishly, it's awesome to be in my third, but I was getting to that point like, man, could it happen? So I'll just say this, the 22nd thrill of victory of a state championship will never be replaced. So it was incredible. So, and to celebrate with these guys is just incredible, but most importantly, to watch the players emotionally, I don't want to get choked up, but just incredible to watch them celebrate. So
yeah, to watch all that they've put into it.
Yeah.
This team really had that as a goal. I mean, that was a goal to get back there to avenge that loss from last year. And to see them achieve that was really, really fun to watch. And to watch that celebration, you knew it meant something to this group And this group was kind of unique. You talked about TK getting injured early in the year, fighting back through that. Will Garrett fought back through injury. Eli Clark early in the year fought back through injury. And then you had the story come out this week about Wick fighting through injury with the screw in his foot. I said the only thing that kind of unfortunate is it wasn't a hand x-ray where we could have put a ring on it. Like J-Dub did, but had the screw in the foot. I mean, just a gritty group that did it the right way and really worked their tails off all year, but even to fight back to get on the field. Just talk about how that impacted the group and how that came out this season.
I'll just say, I think it was when Will got hurt and Gunnar Goddard, it was Guthrie like the second or third series. And truthfully, that was the healthiest we were. And then unfortunately, Gavin got injured in the middle of the state championship game. And kids willing to work and next man up mentality, I mean, all of them did a tremendous job. But to watch a group of kids never bring it up or talk about as an excuse, coaches didn't either. Like the available guys got to make plays. Because I'll say this about our seniors and our players. Like you said, there was pretty much one goal and no excuses to get there. And Coach Ballard did a great job of saying, don't break. And we had a ton of opportunity to break, like all teams do, but we didn't. And just credit to them and these coaches, because backups were coached, guys were practicing we practice with a purpose, in my opinion here. And that allows you to play with a passion. And we did that. And hats off to those players and parents for doing that. So,
yeah, awesome. Well, hey, thank you guys for joining us today on our championship show. It's exciting to have that gold ball sitting there. 2025 Class 4A state champions. No one can ever take that from you. Put that one on the resume in Sharpie because it's there forever. But Coach Matt Brand, Coach Greg Wallace, Coach Mark Lemming, and Coach Barrett Shoup, thanks for joining us on the championship.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christmas break.
Jeff here with Triton Foundation Repair. I'm here to remind you that we always have and always will offer free foundation evaluations to Oklahomans. At Triton, we know your home is a big investment and your money is hard earned. So when you call us for a free evaluation, our specialists will perform a thorough foundation evaluation and only give an estimate when foundation repair is necessary. So visit TritonOK.com to schedule your free foundation evaluation.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
Does Shelter Insurance cover shiny red cars?
Yeah.
What about purple vans?
Also, yes.
Monster trucks?
What's going on, son?
From shiny red cars to purple minivans, you can count on Shelter's local agents to help you protect what matters most.
When it comes to comfort in Tuttle, local matters.
And nobody keeps our hometown in the game like Koch's Mechanical Heat and Air.
Owned and operated right here in Tuttle by Bo Kokenauer and his family, Koch's Mechanical is your MVP for heating and cooling.
Bo knows Oklahoma weather changes faster than a fourth quarter comeback.
And he'll keep you comfortable year-round, no matter the score.
Proud to be the official Heat and Air sponsor of Tiger TV.
Koch's Mechanical Heat and Air.
Where local matters and your comfort wins.
Hungry for a meal that tastes like home? Jamie Joe's on Main Street has you covered. This family-owned favorite serves up real home-cooked comfort food every day. And the burgers? Juicy, stacked high, and so good. Bring it on home to Jamie Joe's, where good food and good company always come first, and where the burgers make tacos jealous.
Stay ahead of the curve and keep your small engines running right this off-season. At Simmer Sales and Service, we have you covered. Bring your equipment over for a full winter tune-up or repair. Our full-service shop is ready for you just 2 miles east of Tuttle. We're locally and family-owned. You'll leave saying, Simmer, good people.
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
M&T Septic and Backhoe is a third-generation family-run business that has been serving our community since 1993. We specialize in underground utility construction, laying water and sewer lines for towns, cities, and rural water districts across the state. Locally, we offer installation of septic systems and storm shelters. We take pride in partnering with our community, building lasting relationships, and supporting Tuttle schools and athletics. Go Tigers!
All right, welcome back to Tiger TV here on the special edition of the Championship Show. We've done a lot of coaches shows this year, but this one's special. We got that big gold ball sitting next to us, and that's what we've been waiting for all year. Finally got it.
It's real. It's real. You can wish in one hand and open the other, and golly, it's just been a flood of emotions. Listen to our kids talk. Listen to our coaches talk. You can see why we were good. I mean, no secret. That's the formula. Good people, good players, and hard work. And we had it all.
Yep, had it all and had a thrilling final game. I know sometimes you don't necessarily want it to be that thrilling when you're in the moment, maybe. But looking back on it, man, what a fun game for the community, for the crowd. I've had so many people come up and say, "What a good game! What an awesome game!" Of course, it's an awesome game because it went our way. But 23-20 to cap it off, little revenge win against Elgin. Fourth state title here at Tuttle in football, 2001, 2005, 2018, and now 2025. This is your second here at Tuttle, and just a great win, great group of guys, and really from a season standpoint, we've talked about the stats with the other coaches. This team was just dominant this year. And really kind of put numbers up on both sides of the ball, and it was just wild to watch and see this group operate at such a high level this year.
I know it's cliche, and I say it all the time, but this team practiced like that. They did. Whatever plan we had for practice that day, they executed. Our tempo was good. I can remember very few times that we were on them about their effort. And sometimes we get through our practice script and you're like, oh man, they did that so well. They did the work. It's time to let them go. That's kind of our deal with them. If you'll do the work at the right tempo, we'll get you out of here. I'm not going to sit here and grind on you unless I have to. And man, this group, sometimes I'm like, holy cow, maybe I should have kept them a little longer, but that was them. You go back to last year and we walk off that field, and we talked about this a little after the game as a team, but all those guys were like, we got to get back here. We got to get back here. This is terrible. We want another shot at this. And I said, we're going to hold you to it because it's time to go back to work. And we're not going to talk about this game anymore until you earn the right to get there. So they took that to heart. We had an excellent winter time. People would ask me, people want to know what your team's going to be like when football season starts. Well, if you'll ask me in the wintertime, I could probably tell you pretty close what this looks like. They were showing up, in the morning, which most Tuttle teams do.
Yeah.
But this group just had a different focus about them. They were locked in. We weren't having to call people to get them to the weight room. Where are you? Spring football was fantastic. We went to Pitt State camp and played extremely well. Thought we were focused. We learned our lessons we needed to learn from team camp. We came back, scrimmage. I thought we were way ahead of where we were a year ago. And then the Guthrie game, we were able to pull away from them at the end, which we've not been able to do in the past. And Newcastle, we beat pretty handily, which, that's always a good day. So, man, these guys have just taken all the steps to get to where they wanted to be. And then, I kind of paused there before that last drive after they scored. And, I was thinking to myself, did you expect anything different? I just think everything they did, it just seemed their steps seemed ordered to me. Just the way we worked, the positions we ended up in. We got behind to start the playoffs, like the first 50 seconds of the game or something.
First rattle out of the box was down 6 for the first time.
And it just seemed right. It seemed fitting that game, that season, comes to that moment. And, I just looked at all of our players and there was no panic. There was no hesitation. We talk about those things and we try to practice those things and just, hey, spot the ball, go to the next play. That's all we have to worry about. Nothing else matters. Spot it. Let's go. And they walked that. They lived that. But I thought we had the hardest route to the championship in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Especially with the Clinton flip flop, with the whole disqualification in week 10, you basically have a 2 seed becoming a 4 seed that becomes your first round game at this point, which not ideal.
Nope.
They seed them like that for a reason. And so that was a quality football club coming to town week 1.
They were really good. And then Grove was really good.
Yes.
We got on them early and we played extremely well that night. And then the Broken Bow game, man, that dude's just an anomaly. I mean, he's a cat daddy. I mean, just go. And then, we come out of there with a 21-point win and we get our chance at Elgin again. And listen, I said all week long, there are no holes in what they do. I mean, they are as advertised, tough, physical, hard-nosed team. We were able to get a couple of turnovers. They snapped the ball over the punter's head one time. But they were still there. They fought through a lot in that game as well, as did we. We had way too many penalties. I think at one point in the game, we had 11 or 12 penalties, and they only had 3 at one point in the second half. And which, all that crap adds up to what? They scored with whatever left, and we got a chance to go in it with 4 minutes left, and then they get another chance at it, and we got to stop them to prove it. And we stopped them. And man, you talk about pure joy. These guys before me didn't talk about it a lot, but Coach Shue, Coach Limo, and Coach Finn have coached a lot of football games together, but never been able to get the gold one. And for whatever reason, they're great coaches, and that's not going to change whether you get it or not. But I was so wanting to watch all 3 of them after the game. It's just so fulfilling to watch your friends and people you work with all the time get to realize one of their longtime goals. And it's just our staff is so fun. I just love them each. They have a lot to give and they give it. And knowledge, their hearts, their everything. They're always teaching kids, and they do an outstanding job. And all of our kids follow their leads. And I can't talk about it without being emotional. These guys are just fantastic. One of the most enjoyable experiences of my coaching career, and I've done it for 27 years now. Coach Lemming's been in it 30 or so. Shue's been in a long time. Brant's been a long time. But we all just we were able to smile a lot this year because of the work ethic and the talent of our young men, and they stayed focused. And they never broke. I mean, that was kind of our rallying cry there towards the end of the season. Don't break. Somebody's going to get hurt. Don't break. Somebody's going to score, get a big return, open the game. Don't break. Just keep spotting that sucker. Let's go. And my gosh, what a fun team to watch play football.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It was a fun group to watch. You never knew it was going to happen. We talked about offense and defense, but even special teams. You talk about all 3 phases of the game were really, really good from this group. And special teams, scoring points, making plays, flipping the field on returns, Diego pinning people deep. In a game like that, when the team gets the ball back with 42 seconds left, it's a lot different to have it, and have to go 80 yards than have to go 60 or 40 if you get a bad kickoff or something like that. So just
no doubt
key moments there. You get the ball back. So in that game, get the ball back with 4 minutes left, kind of have a 4-minute offense that you've worked on. You've got your guys, you got Cruz, you got Sean, you got the lines playing pretty well up to that point. It really is becomes sort of a fairy tale moment there with a guy like Cruz who, ball in his hands, game on the line, gold ball on the line, and throws an absolutely perfect pass.
He's made for it. He's made for it. I mean, that's just all you can say about that kid. People have asked me all year about Cruz Campbell. And I'm tired of trying to convince people. Watch him. Open your freaking eyes and watch him. Watch what he does.
Yeah.
Put the kid in the quarterback room and watch him compete. He'll win the room, he'll win your team, and he'll win games. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
It's there. And he's going to make somebody a heck of a hand. He's got some offers to sort through, but you don't have to sell me on him. That's the right dude, and he was made for this. He works for this. He practices like this. He is everything that you want in that position. And I don't say that, but I'm very critical. I played the position in high school and a little bit of D2 ball, and I'm ultra critical of quarterbacks. And usually they don't like me very much. That's okay. But I'm telling you, there's nothing that this one doesn't do. And it irritates me to all ends to have to try to convince people of this. Open your eyes and watch him.
Yeah.
Watch him. Just watch him and you tell me. But anyway, I could go on like this for a bunch of them. I think one thing our team did extremely well, you were talking about special teams, is everybody wants to look at O stats, D stats, all that. Those are awesome. There's just so many hidden yards in a football game for special teams, and only the grinders find them. Only teams that are willing to get in there, get those nasty, we're going to kick the ball here, we have to cover it. We're going to average 32 yards a punt, and we're going to net everything we punt.
Yeah.
We're not going to kick that pretty deep spiral ball, but you ain't returning it. We're going to grind every inch, everything we can, every hidden yard we want. And these guys were willing to do that. I thought Diego Oliveras was outstanding as our kicker this year. What a nice kid, man. Y'all would love him. Just a super, super kiddo. I thought Parker Madison punted the ball extremely well. We had so many fakes worked up here and there all along, and we never used them because, hey, let's net what we punt. Let's let the defense play.
Right. Absolutely. And Parker had some huge punts in that game. He had one where he's got heat coming hard and fast in the championship game. You've been standing over there on the sideline cold as can be, literally and figuratively, and you come out and it doesn't have to be pretty, but it's executed well, pins them deep, flips the field, makes it hard on them. And so, yeah, kudos to Parker, willing to take that task on. That's not a task that a lot of guys are willing to do this well. I'm going to do it and do it well.
Yep. He did a great job. And Jet McCoy was our deep snapper on punts, did an outstanding job as well. Our deep snapper on extra points was Wick for most of the year. And then during Wick's injury, Tanner Burnham stepped in, did a tremendous job. And I think to be a good kicker, you have to have a great holder. And senior Easton Benton came back out this year, and he made that his niche. And he did a wonderful job with that.
Yeah, Easton wasn't here with us today, but he had some great coverage on kick coverage.
He did.
We called his name quite a few times, like you talked about. It doesn't matter if Diego kicks it down to the 1 yard line. If they run it back to the other end of the field, it doesn't matter. So those guys getting down there and covering, and Easton did a great job. There was a couple, snaps are never all perfect.
No, never going to be. Yeah.
Getting them down and getting them ready and getting them through the uprights.
Man, it's just it's a culmination of so many things. There's so many stories inside of our season. You touched on a lot of them. Will Garrett, who's been one of the hardest working kids in our program for several years, goes down with a hamstring injury early, tries to come back too soon, hurts it again, and really doesn't get to come back to the very end of the season, but makes a huge impact. Tyson Kennedy, our leading tackler, and Tyson Kennedy had 28 tackles in 2 games as a safety.
Yeah.
To start the year.
Yeah.
And was leading us in receiving, and he goes out.
Yep.
And there starts the shuffle of positions that Coach Lemming was talking about between Jet at linebacker and Sean and Bear Vargas, who ended up hurting his knee halfway through the season. I mean, we had all these little pieces moving around, and Jet McCoy played both safety spots. He played spur linebacker. There's just so many things there. And I know we talk about the seniors a lot, but I'm telling you this, the 2 corners we have are rare.
They're elite.
They're rare. People better get a hold of them while you can, because they can play, and they can play in every phase, returning the ball. Heck, Jordan can punt a little bit too. He'll tell you about it.
I believe it. Absolutely.
Just super young men, super kids. We have a team full of those guys. Our best players work the very hardest. And when that happens, you have a chance to be really good. and just a culmination of so many things. You know this because you're from here. Um,
Yeah.
But it starts with our administration, Scott Moore and everyone at the office, to Sean Brooks, our athletic director, who does an outstanding job and never gets any credit. He lets us coach. He takes care of the junk and makes sure we have what we need to coach, and does a tremendous job of that. And then you work your way down to our high school with Coach Sherber as our principal and Coach Landon as our assistant principal. You could not ask for a better setup as coaches. And so thankful for them. Our Booster Club president, Justin Evans, Christy Campbell, there's so many people. Mr. Champion cooks for us every Thursday night. There's a group of dads. There's just so many things, and I say it all the time, but it takes a village to have a really, really successful program, and I would put our village up against anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the cool things. It's like, yeah, we've got cool facilities, we've got great things, but it's about the everything around the program.
Sure.
These kids make it special that come out and they work hard and they bust their tails, but all the people around it, all the people that come out on Friday nights, all the kids that come out. We had, one game on Halloween this year, and you've got the trick or treat before the game. That's a special thing. There's not places, not everywhere does that. Not everywhere kind of sets things up like that. And that's what I love about being an old school Tuttle Tiger and still being a part of it, is just seeing that same kind of fabric of community come around this program and come around all the athletic programs. It's not just football; it's all of them. And so when it leads to a gold ball, I feel like everybody can take a little bit of pride in that and truly say we won a gold ball. We did. Us as Tuttle Tigers won a gold ball.
Well, it's a pretty elite club, and I got some texts, of course, after the game, but it never fails. The coach that I followed here is always one of the first ones.
Yeah.
And his sons, and it means the world to me. But I think what we all have to understand here is we are standing on the shoulders of all the Tuttle Tigers before us. And our kids know this. We know this. Tuttle played really good football before this building and this field were built. I mean, we had some really good teams on Lanto Field on the grass.
Yeah.
And in the old wash racks for locker rooms. I mean, there's been some good football played here for a long time. There's been some great people roll through here. I just want to make sure they all know how much we appreciate it and how much we understand and how important it is to us to carry on that tradition. Because again, we are standing on the shoulders of all those before us. So thank you, your old teammates, your old coaches, everyone else. It's special to be a Tuttle Tiger. And none of these guys, coaches, players, none of us take it for granted.
Yeah, no, and this team, the 2025 team, becomes one of four that have done it. Again, we talked about it 2001, 2005, 2018, 2025. And that's something that will cement this group. They will always look back. And whenever they come together, whenever they see each other, they'll always have that bond. They'll always have the blood, sweat, and tears they put in to this year. And for these kids, I love to see because they put in the hard work. They put in the blood, sweat, and tears. There's only one team that hoists that at the end of the year. And for them to be able to feel that kind of validation of that hard work over the years is really, really exciting for them to see. You can learn a lot from the losses, but sometimes achieving those goals, man, can really propel you to be brave and to really try anything out there. And so that's what I'm excited about for these kids is, hey, they realize now the recipe is, hey, put in the work, do the time, try for it, and great things can happen.
You bet. Absolutely. And we share this with the whole community. I mean, this is Tuttle's. It's not just ours. And it's just a beautiful place. And we're not done. I mean, we're going to enjoy the heck out of this thing. And it's important that the kids and the coaches all get away. But when we come back after Christmas, I mean, we're going to jump right back in and get back after that. We still are excited about getting better.
Yep, absolutely. And starting for that 2026 campaign. I know it sounds a little crazy right now to talk about it, but that's what it is. When that calendar flips, the calendar flips. And so it's back to work, back to the grind, but we're going to enjoy it.
we've
for
got,
now.
we've got
Absolutely.
about 4 more things we get to do as a team, and we're gonna. Senator Paxton invited us to the Capitol, of course, so we'll go there. I think they're going to honor the boys one night at a basketball game. The city will come and do the city proclamations with them, and then we got the ring orders in today. So we'll have a ring ceremony for these boys when the rings come in, and kind of get together and celebrate one last time. And there's just a lot, and it still hasn't all sunk in yet. But what a team! I hope that we represented Tuttle the right way, being gritty and not ever quitting, and that was our goal. And I think we have. So I'm very proud.
Yep, absolutely. And so, if you're looking for a way to support this team and support, there's the official merchandise is out now. You can go to the Tuttle Football Booster Club on Facebook and see the order form there. Orders are due by December 31st. They got some cool designs out there. I know I'm about to load up on gear there, so get out. And then also stay tuned for some of those events and come out and cheer these boys on one more time as they celebrate being the 2025 Class 4A state champions. The Tuttle Tigers have that title, and we're excited about that. And Coach, we got to do the championship show, man. That's always exciting. So
What a year! Thanks, Gavin, Rochelle, everyone. I mean, just everyone. These guys have so many memories now, and man, it's just a great day to be a Tuttle Tiger, bud.
absolutely, absolutely. So thanks for joining us on the championship show here on Tiger TV. As Brett Draper would say, go Tigers.